Hi there everyone, we're back to the Zootropolis pillow again because I wanted to do another unboxing of something I had purchased just a few days ago. There was a bit of an issue with Amazon for some reason where I got this from. Well, not that much of an issue, it said it was delayed at customs and I just had to confirm my address. Yeah, could have just said that, but what are you going to do? But it's here now. Wasn't actually expecting it today. I was expecting it to arrive probably tomorrow or Saturday. So no, can't really complain with that. So once again, kudos to Amazon for doing their job. So what is this thing then? Well, it's another addition to the Geo Mini family. You know, the ever-expanding family of those mini arcade cabinets. Yeah, I was thinking of the word that was. It's not a console. Well, it kind of is a console, but it's shaped in the form of a cabinet, which some reviewers might think, oh, this is getting kind of redundant now. But for me, it's like, come on, this is going to be like those portable Mega Drives where you're going to have loads of them and the game lineups are always going to be different. And I was absolutely right. It's definitely like that. But I don't mind because, hey, you can have a whole bunch of mini consoles and then you can have Real Tech figures of Nick and Judy pretending that they're actually playing the consoles. So there you go. Anyway, today's unit is this. Yep, it's the MVS Mini with 45 games from Unico. And as far as I'm aware, Unico is the company which has been putting out all of the different mini units thus far, including the original Neo Geo Mini unit, both the Japanese and international versions, all the Samurai Showdown versions, and I think also the Neo Geo Arcade Stick Pro they did as well. They definitely have their name on the MVSX, which basically this is just a miniaturized version of, and yeah, it's pretty much a miniaturized version of of an MVS to begin with. For those who don't know, the Neo Geo MVS, or multi-video system, was released in 1991, so that would be a year after the original Neo Geo. But of course, this was the clever thing. Somebody at SNK, which I'm glad also they do have the SNK Corporation logo thing right there, not SNK's actual logo. I just realised the MVS logo is definitely SNK, but yeah, I just realised no SNK logo to be seen. Not on this side of the box, anyway. And of course, it comes with 45 games. I was going to say something and it completely went out of my head. In regard to SNK, oh dearie me. But yeah, they gave the license to Unico to produce a lot of this stuff, and I think they've had a much better relationship with them than they ever did. Than they ever did with old Tomo. Oh, if you remember those, they were the ones that created the very nice looking Neo Geo X, the handheld that resembled the Neo Geo AES unit. But there you are. Oh, that's it. Yeah, the MVS. Basically, the MVS is the one with the multi cartridge slots. With the Neo Geo, you just have the one cartridge slot, but with the MVS, you'd have either 2, 4, or even 6. Sorry, my thumb there. So yeah, so you can have so you have one slot cabinets, but you also have 2, 4, and 6 as well. And that's why it's the multi-video system, so people can actually choose which games they like to play, which is quite nice. What's also quite nice is that one of my local Four Quarters retro arcade bar things in London's Newington, near the Elephant and Castle, actually has an MVS. I think they have it. I think they still have the MVS. Yeah, I remember playing a bit of King of Fighters '98 on it. So yeah, pretty good. Anyway, this is a mini version of it with 45 games. So we can finally take a look, see now what the rest of it. So you've got a nice looking marquee with the MVS logo. Pictures of Metal Slug 3 and Samurai Showdown 2, which are two of the standards. You get this usual bog standard screenshot of yeah, that's KOF 98, isn't it? Yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, that's the USA train yard stage from KOF 98, and yeah, that's definitely Kyo and Terry playing in advance there. And oh, poor Terry, yeah. He's supposed to be SNK's poster boy. What are you doing, Kyo? Unless he wants to be the poster boy. That's why he's hitting. That's why he's hitting Terry. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, if SNK characters aren't fighting, then something is definitely wrong. And this side, it's just the other side only. It's flipped. Oh, we do have the SNK logo on the unit itself, which is good. And of course, as you can see, it resembles what the MVS units look like. Nice bit of red with white stripes going in going everywhere. Plus, you get your 4 coloured buttons A, B, C, D, which is proper SNK, because as we all know, Neo Geo only uses 4 buttons, not 6. And of course, we'll take a look at the games in a second. Nothing on the bottom. On the top, oh sorry, is once again the MVS logo, Mini Multi-Video System by Unico, blah 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 blah. So yeah, a pretty nifty little unit, as all of them are really. And oh, what's this? Hong Kong U Media Limited. I'm guessing they're probably the ones that made Unico. I guess. So yes, NDS Mini set details. You get 1 console, of course, 1 power cable, 2 meter, which is bog standard. The regular USB to mini USB, because this takes mini connectors. 1 set of instructions and 2 sets of decorative stickers. Oh, okay. Yeah. Of course, this wasn't all I got. There's another couple of little bits, which I'll get on to in a moment. But yeah, we've got the list of the games here, and hopefully, because they're all written in English, these should be the English versions. So yeah, hopefully, as mentioned, these should be the English versions, because a lot of the time, or apart from the international version, which all the games are in English, for the rest of the time, for the Japanese version, of course, and the Samurai Showdown units. Oh, I can't remember. There's also the Christmas unit as well, which I also got. I think that one had 45 games. Oh no, 48 games, I believe. Yeah. But I can't remember if they were English versions or if they were Japanese by default. Anyway, hopefully this one should be English by default. But as I was trying to say, the other ones, especially the Samurai Showdown and the Japanese ones, were, of course, Japanese by default. Though some of them you can change the language to English. But yeah. Let's take a look at each game here, which I do, of course, have quite a bit of knowledge about, since, you know, I'm really getting into, well, I'm really big into Neo Geo, just making sure you can see all of them. So, yeah, as you can see, we have every single King of Fighters game that's ever been produced. Basically, this is just coming off the heels of the MVSX, the big bar top arcade machine, which looks lovely, but it does have its faults. But anyway, on top of it all, of course, it is monstrously expensive. It's the most expensive thing they have ever produced thus far, really. I mean, even more so than the Neo Geo X from many years ago. So yeah, it's that big, even though that was Tomo, not Unico technically. But yeah. Anyway, so this has all 10 King of Fighters titles through 94 to 2003. King of Fighters 94, of course, the one that started it all. You're stuck with playing, you can't mix and match your teams. But yes, basic idea, you pick a team of 3 characters and you beat other teams of 3 characters all the way through to the boss, Rugal Bernstein, who wants to turn you into statues. To go with his statue of Guile from Street Fighter 2. Savvy SNK people will know about that reference, because Et2 was a reference. So yeah, that was pretty much King of Fighters 94, but yeah, you stuck with teams there. King of Fighters 95 was the one where you can actually start to mix and match your teams. And while King of Fighters 94 gave us the first appearance of Kyo Kusanagi, King of Fighters 95 gave us the first appearance of his rival Iori Yagami, the one with the rooster hair, who actually, by a very common misconception, lots of people think, oh, he loves to fight and loves to kill people. Not so. He does with Kyo, but all in all, really, he just wants to be left on his own. I know, try working that one out. I know, it's weird. Anyway, that'd be that then. King of Fighters 96. This is the first one with slightly redrawn sprites to be the standard for quite a few games going forward. And also the first one where a few teams have a bit of a shake-up. quite a few teams actually include now more female members. I mean, of course, there's the women's fighting team, and Athena was in the Psycho Soldier team, but now they've added in a few more female characters to some of the other teams, which become standard, like Leona Hayden for the Ikari Warriors team and all that. Also, she makes her debut in this, as well as Chizuru Kagura, the Guardian of the Mirror, who is also quite integral to the plot that's going on in these games, these early ones anyway. King of Fighters 97 is the one that gave us the advanced and extra systems. Extra is pretty much the way you play KOF normally. We have to hold down 3 buttons in order to charge your character up so they can gain supers for about a minute or so, whilst advanced is the one where you play the game and you do super moves and blah 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 to fill up a meter, and you can have up to 3 super special moves all at one time to perform once your meter is full. So it's kind of a little bit like they were trying to copy from like Capcom and Street Fighter, that sort of thing, because they were doing that ever since Street Fighter 2 Turbo. So yeah, that kind of thing. Plus also you get a couple of team edit characters, which includes Iori now, and also Shingo Yabuki, who is the Kyo fanboy who has his moves and looks a bit like him, but he doesn't have his fire powers, because obviously he doesn't have his fire powers. King of Fighters 98, the very first reprieve title after the known as the Orochi Saga, this area of games here. But yeah, 98 is a reprieve title, not tied into any story, has not everybody, but most of the characters that appeared in the previous 4 games as playable characters. Of course, 98 Ultimate Match, that was it. That was the one that actually did include everyone and has an extra game mode called Ultimate Mode, which is a bit of a mixture of the 2 advanced and extra modes. But that came later. That wasn't on the Neo Geo, but the original Neo Geo version, of course, is. King Fighters 99, Star of the Nest Saga, and this is the one that introduced the striker system, where you can still pick 3 characters to play as, but you have a 4th character now, and that 4th character acts as your team's striker, and you can change it through different rounds and such. But yeah, each striker, of course, does different things. So basically like the assists from Marvel vs. Capcom. And yes, I'm aware about that announcement that Capcom made about having that retro Marvel vs. Capcom re-release only on Switch and PlayStation, because they're the only ones that play ball. On Steam, of course, you have to have it on Steam. But that's neither here nor there. We're talking about this. But yes, the strikers, they're like assists. And that's what King of Fighters 99 began. And it continued into 2000, though each character has an extra striker, some which come from different various SNK games like these. 2001 is the one where you can have a bit more variation in what's going on with the striker system. You can either have one character with 3 strikers, and that character be not all powerful, but incredibly powerful, and they do stuff, and you have 3 strikers. Or you can have 2 playable characters with 2 strikers, or you can have the traditional 3 characters with 1 striker, or you can have 4 playable characters with no strikers. Yes, that is an option. And I think that definitely comes in handy a bit more so when you're dealing with the bosses, and there's 2 big bosses in that game, so you're definitely going to need all the help you can get. Indeed. And, oh, that's another thing. I don't know if this has the same thing with the others, where I think you only get a limit of 4 credits. That's the kind of thing with all the minis so far. However, it does, as far as I'm aware, it does contain save states, so that does alleviate that problem somewhat. So yeah, if you're worried about using up all your credits, don't worry, just create a save state, and there you are. You have, I think, 4 save states per game, and you can always rewrite previous save states and this, that, and the other. So it's pretty much what they did beforehand. So yeah. Yes, that's King Fighters 2001. 2002. Basically another reprieve title, not connected to any story whatsoever. It goes back to the basics, 3-on-3 fighters, no strikers, just, completely back to basics. So it's got some characters from the previous 3 games, and a few from some of the others, like the New Faces team from 97 returns in 2002 and stuff like that. So yeah. Oh, and of course Rugal. You have to have Rugal. Rugal was like the big bad in quite a few of these. And the King of Fighters 2003, the very final game to be released on the Neo Geo. Of King of Fighters, I mean. Yeah, that one has the beginning of the Those from the Past, or the Ash Crimson saga, and Ash Crimson being a guy that creates green flames, very similar to Kyo creating regular flames and Iori creating purple flames, but his is green. There you are. So that's that. And of course we have 5 out of the 6 Metal Slug games, except for Metal Slug 2 for some reason. They've skipped over that one, but I kind of see perhaps where they're coming from, but we'll get back onto that. Anyway, Metal Slug, the first one. Yes, you play as Marco as player 1, or player 2 plays as Tama, as you run around stopping General Morden and his regular army from doing regular stuff. I think it's the regular army, and I can't remember. I think that's what it is. I think it is the regular army. But that's what's happening there. Metal Slug 3, which now at this point has the girls Eri and Theo as playable characters. Yeah, this is the one with the branching paths. We have easy, moderate, and hard. But they're so like easy is pretty much an incredibly easy path. I think moderate is pretty much you just going straight forward, doing as you do. But of course, the hard ones are well hidden, but they're worth more points. And this, that, and the other if you know where to go and know what enemies to avoid, and this, that, and the other. But hey, it adds replay value. Metal Slug 4. Now, this was in that awkward time when SNK or Playmore at the time was just coming out of their bankruptcy. And as such, only Marco and Theo, I believe, are playable characters, and Tama and Eri had been replaced by 2 characters which are exclusive to this. I think because this was co-developed by Noise Factory, and I think maybe Noise Factory owns those 2 characters, which is why we haven't seen them again yet in future Metal Slugs. I guess I can't really recall, but yeah, I recall that there's 2 different characters in Metal Slug 4. Metal Slug 5 though returns everybody from the regular lineup back in there, and once again. Fighting General Morden, fighting the Mars aliens, or Mars people, and other threats and this, that, and the other, like you usually do it because it's a Metal Slug game. And speaking of Mars people, Metal Slug X. This, is, of course, is technically a remake of 2. And I guess that's why they wanted to include that one rather than 2, since technically it is a remake of 2, but it's different enough to warrant its own inclusion. So, yeah, I don't know why they just did that, but they did. But yeah, there you are. So if you sort of want to play 2, you can play Metal Slug X. X also I think ups the difficulty a bit more from the original 2. I mean it's not like hard, but it's an SNK arcade game. Lots of these games are going to have like levels of difficulty just going up and up and up because they want your quarters and everything else. But still, enjoyable. And like I said, you've got save state, so not to worry if you worried about that. But yeah, Metal Slug X. Technically, it's a remake of 2. Some of the stages are almost the same, but of course they've got a few key differences. Like for example, the first level takes place during the day at sunset, while in Metal Slug X it takes place at night. So there you are. Going on now to the Samurai Shodown games, or Samurai Spirits if you're Japanese, because they're in English. I'm pretty sure this is why this is the English release. So yeah, Samurai Shodown 1. Of course, this is the weapon-based fighter with fatalities and everything. While Mortal Kombat does fatalities hand-to-hand, Samurai Shodown does it with a whole bunch of swords and other weapons, because that's what they do. Yeah, Sam Show. Actually, pretty decent first entry considering how many characters there are. I think it was about 12. 12 playable characters, so that's quite good. Samurai Shodown 2 basically adds more. Literally more. I think it's about, I don't know, it might be up to 16 characters you can choose from in this, which quite impressive. And most of the characters return except for one of them due to something that's happening in story and was replaced by someone else. I think it was Tam Tam was replaced by Cham Cham, his younger sister, or something like that. But yeah, something to that extent. Samurai Shodown 3, also known as Blades of Blood. I think it may have given that subtitle. But anyway, Samurai Shodown 3. This is the first one with the redrawn sprites. And yeah, they certainly look a bit meaner as a result. Well, they may look a bit meaner due to the fact that there's this new bust and slash system. I think slash is a system where they fight normally, and bust is making them fight more with an evil streak or something to that extent. It's weird. Yeah, even I can't really figure that one out. But yeah, it's meant to like a change of places. I think it's maybe one's a bit more aggressive, and that's like you'd think it'll be slash, but the slash versions of these characters actually play normally. I believe. I think it's bust which makes them look or appear more evil. So. Haven't quite figured that one out, I must admit. Samurai Shodown 4, A Musca's Revenge. Once again, reusing redrawn sprites. I think from 3? Maybe not. Sorry about the siren you can hear in the background. Yeah, one of the downsides of being a Londoner. But yeah, Samurai Shodown 4, Maska's Revenge, continues to have the slash and bust system, but I think it's tooled up, not tooled up, sorry, retooled or retweaked, that was it, that's the word I'm searching for, retweaked, so it's a bit different. But I don't know, maybe, I'm guessing it's perhaps that one is more aggressive still and one isn't as aggressive. Again, not completely sure about that. This whole system would be brought on to the, would kind of be given to the Last Blade games, but in a different way. We'll get to those pretty soon. Samurai Shodown 5, which has a very healthy selection of characters. I think it's pretty much like the largest expansion of characters they have, certainly more so than the previous two, 3 and 4. And Samurai Shodown 5 Special, I believe, just has even more characters. But nothing can beat the a huge amount of characters that Samurai Shodown 6 had. But that's not on Neo Geo. But yeah, Samurai Shodown 5 Special technically is also the very final game to be released on the Neo Geo. Although there was Samurai Shodown 5 Perfect, which was a game that was near completion, but wasn't released for the Neo Geo. But it was finally completed and added to that Samurai Shodown Neo Geo collection that was released on the Nintendo Switch. And apparently it's got the same characters as 5 Special, only it has a different arcade mode, I believe, so it has more of a story. So yeah, go figure. So we're skipping Fatal Fury 1 for some reason, but I can sort of understand to an extent why. And we're going straight to Fatal Fury 2, which, okay, fine, we can start with Fatal Fury 2. We've got nothing against Fatal Fury 2, though I'll explain in a second why that might be a bit odd. Fatal Fury 3, Road to the Final Victory. Okay, it uses slightly redrawn sprites, more characters. Of course, only 5 returning characters from the previous 2 games. Yeah, if it was Terry, Andy, Joe, Mai, and Geese. Everybody else is brand new. But yeah, got some key favourites, including Blue Mary and Yamazaki. Yes, they make their introduction in Fatal Fury 3. So yeah, that's good. And it's got a great intro sequence, very well animated. So there you are. Fatal Fury Special. This is a remake of 2. That's why it's weird. This is a remake of 2 with more characters. Only in the arcade stages, they get rid of the bonus stages, though. You just basically fight off the entire roster. And if you manage to defeat all 15 characters without, without taking a... I'm not sure about taking a loss, but if you manage to beat the other 15 characters without using a continue, you get to fight Ryo Sakazaki from the Art of Fighting games. And yes, they're included on there to an extent, and we'll get to that in a minute. But yes... pretty much sums up for Fatal Fury Special, though a few characters were included that weren't in Fatal Fury 2. Oh, and the bosses were playable as well in Special, and they weren't in 2, so that's another thing. Again, weird, but hey, at least it's included, and they will all be in English and whatnot. So yeah, Real Bout Fatal Fury. This one uses the same drawn sprites as Fatal Fury 3, only with more characters. And yeah, it's all. This is the one with the out of bounds system. Yeah, out of bounds. If you manage to like get a character close toward the left or close toward the right. Sorry if I bumped the camera. But if you get them to one of these areas, and then they manage to knock them out, and they go through the boundary system, and yeah, in certain hilarious ways. Which is why there's only 5 stages. But yeah, with like the day to night cycle pretty much changing it. Yeah, it's pretty decent game. Real Bout Fatal Fury Special. Once again, redrawn sprites, but they get rid of the out of bounds system. Though they do have some different unique stage hazards. One of my favourites is the one in China with the panda. If you interrupt it eating its bamboo, it just gets mad and then swipes at you. Oh dear, that poor panda. But yeah, Real Bout Fatal Fury Special is supposed to be... It is a follow-up, of course, from Real Bout Fatal Fury because of stuff which happens in story. So, yeah. Just trying to think. Yeah, so there you go. With, I think, like the largest amount of characters they had at that point. Then you have Real Bout Fatal Fury 2, The Newcomers. Real Bout Fatal Fury 2, The Newcomers, that's what it's called. Or just RB2 for short. introduces us to Rick Stroud and Lee Shai-Fei. I believe that's what her name is, yeah. And once again, pretty much at this point, they're just making games without that much of a story. They're just making, hey, let's just give them another Fatal Fury game without a story. So there you go. That pretty much sums it up there. There was also a different version of this Real Bout Fatal Fury special called Dominated Mind, but that was only on PlayStation due to the fact it actually had animated cutscenes. The only thing really of note is the fact it has an exclusive boss character who's meant to deliberately resemble the guy from Clockwork Orange, the main character in that story/film. So yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to not that, but yeah, you are. Garou Mark of the Walls. You cannot have an SNK product without Garou Mark of the Walls. French kiss to Garou Mark of the Walls. It is. People say it is the Street Fighter 3 Third Strike of SNK. And they're right. Garou is an excellent, excellent game. And I'm glad that in all the releases thus far, they've always included Garou Mark of the Walls, and so they should. And yes, I'm aware that they're coming out with another brand new Fatal Fury game, which is meant to be technically a sequel to Garou. And they'll probably release another mini to promote that one. And probably have like all the Fatal Furies, including Fatal Fury 1, and maybe a few other games that hopefully we may not have seen before, because they finally got some ROMs for them, and we'll get to that soon, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, Garou Mark of the Wolves. Seriously, absolutely amazing game. Anybody, anybody I feel can play it. It's like Third Strike. It is just absolutely amazing. Then we have World Heroes Perfect. Now, before carrying on, that MVSX I mentioned, that had Metal Slug 2, which was missing from here. It had Fatal Fury 1, which was missing from here. And it also had the first 3 World Heroes games. World Heroes, World Heroes 2, and World Heroes 2 Jet. Bit of a pity that they're not included, but because it's a mini, because they're limited to the amount of ROMs they can put onto there. But oh well, so what are you going to do? So they decided to go with World Heroes Perfect, which is basically the Street Fighter 2 Turbo of World Heroes games. Literally, the game runs quite fast. if you hold the button down, you can make the announcer go, "Round 1 fight!" or "Round 2 fight!" Very, very quickly, but there you are. But yeah, World Heroes, that's the fighting game with all the different characters from history, or as Ashens keeps pointing out, it's the one with Rasputin in it, who is, yeah, quite a colourful character. Yeah, so World Heroes Perfect. Yeah, that's the one with the different fighters from history. So, but yeah, pretty decent fighting game. Very, like, Street Fighter-esque. I think, yeah, I recall a lot of the games only use 3 buttons, but I think World Heroes Perfect does utilise all 4 buttons at long last. So there you are. Art of Fighting, the one with Ryo Sakazaki, in which I've just mentioned, who made a cameo in Fatal Fury Special, and of course, both Fatal Fury and the Art of Fighting teams have featured prominently in King of Fighters. Art of Fighting, first one. Obviously, a bit clunky, but I can understand, it's kind of a legacy game, and that's why it's on there. No Art of Fighting 2, once again, much like the same issue with the MVSX. Why? Just why? Why no Art of Fighting 2? Just why? And no, it's not a rights issue. It is owned by SNK. It's just that they haven't developed a ROM for it yet. That's the only thing I can think of, is that there's quite a few games. Excuse me. There's quite a few games that they haven't developed ROMs for. It's really baffling. It really is. So yeah, so we're skipping 2 and go straight to Art of Fighting 3, The Path of the Warrior, which is a well done game, technically speaking. The animations are very, very good. It really does show off the power of the Neo Geo, and just it shows. I like to think that the team that worked on this would then go on to work on the Last Blade games, and then to Garou Mark of the Wolves, because the animation is tip top throughout the whole throughout those whole games. You can't really fault their animation. They do look good. One thing this does have going for it, though, is that you have all 3 Son Goku games on the same system for the very first time. Yes, all 3 of them. Son Goku, Son Goku 2, Son Goku 3. And each one warrants itself enough an entry into being here. The Son Goku games are basically scrolling beat-em-ups, where, at least I recall from the first one, takes you up to like the dead, not dead realm. Sorry, afterlife. That's what. Yeah, afterlife. That was the word I'm trying to search for. and you've got to battle like yokai, demons, and that sort of thing, and you get power-ups. So yeah, basically it's a scrolling beat-em-up with more mysticism. And I think Son Goku 2 is pretty much more the same thing. Son Goku 3, which has been on every single thing up to this point, or most of them, it's basically a more modern version. I think it was called Son Goku 2001 in Japan. And yeah, you had 4 characters to choose from and 3 stages, though each stage is a form of difficulty. Like one stage is more difficult than the others. And well, actually, no, I think 2 are moderate and 1 becomes harder, and the first one is easy. But yeah, it's something like that. But yeah, they're all scrolling beat-em-ups with unique power-ups and this, that, and the other. So yeah, there you are. Savage Rain. Nice to see Savage Rain on here. This is... yeah, Savage Rain is the first of the Fuin duo of games, which the other one is also included, but we'll get to that. Yeah, but Savage Rain is the one with, a bit like Fatal Fury, where you have a plane system, where you can jump between the foreground and the foreground and the background. Savage Rain has that, but also uses weapons, similar to Samurai Showdown, but not... or some of it's not as lethal. I mean, the main character, Hayate, uses a boomerang. So, yeah, that is a thing. Hopefully you'll be able to see. Yeah, you'll be able to see, yeah. Just double checking. Magician Lord. This is the platformer with Altar? Or is he saving the world of Altar? I can't remember now. Something like that. It's been a while. But hopefully... there's been a glitch in Magician Lord for a lot of the units where if you get game over and try and continue, it just... freezes up for some reason. I don't know if that glitch exists still, or if they actually fixed that. Maybe they started fixing it from the MVSX onwards. So hopefully the ROM on this one doesn't do that. But of course, like I said, if you get into a right pinch, there are save states, and you can use those to continue your game if you really need to. Last Blade! Got Last Blade 1 and 2. Which in Japan is literal haiku. Yeah, their game titles are literally haikus. But that's why I just simply call it The Last Blade 1 and 2. Pretty similar to Samurai Showdown, where you have feudal Japan, or a lot of fighters from feudal Japan. With Samurai Showdown, you get a few like characters from America and France and this, that, and the other. With Last Blade, I think it's more or less centered on Japan. Like the going into like the 1800s, around that period of time. But yeah, this one with Kayade. Kaide. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I might be right. I might be wrong, so I do apologise. Anyway, the one that uses the power of lightning and he turns his hair blonde. That guy. So yes. So yeah, Last Blade, pretty good. Last Blade 2 just has more characters. So yeah, there you go. But still, again, not complaining. Glad both entries are on this, so you can actually play them both. Hopefully in English. Kazuna Encounter Super Tag Battle. This is the sequel to Savage Rain. This is the other Fuin game. And this actually does feature a tag system. Instead of a foreground, background thing, it is now a tag system where you have 2 characters and you form a tag team. The only thing is that they only have 10 characters. But then again, so did Savage Rain. With 2 characters from Savage Rain actually being replaced by 2 different ones in Kazuna Encounter. Was it Rosa, the one with the blade, and... I think a future ancestor of King Capuan from Fatal Fury and the Korea team in King of Fighters. He's a distant relative or from the future, whatever. He's the other character, replacing who's the blonde Carol? That's it. The blonde woman Carol, who was subjugated to marry the final boss in Savage Rain. There you are, and she fights with a ball and. Nicolas, who is not another woman, is actually a young boy who's a bit of a technical genius. So, yeah, those 2 were exclusive to Savage Rain. So, there you are. So, that is pretty much the key difference there between Savage Rain and Kazuna Encounter. One's plane of existence fighting, while the other one is just using weapons. Tag system, sorry. Oh, dearie me. Almost done. Nearly on there to... moving on to Shock Troopers, which... Yes, definitely yes for Shock Troopers, which has a lot more going for it than the sequel, Shock Troopers Second Squad. It feels like Second Squad takes a lot away, not a lot, but it takes a few bits away from Shock Troopers. Shock Troopers has like at least 6 characters. You can play Lone Wolf, or you can have like a unique team-up mode where... I don't know exactly, I can't remember exactly how it works, but it's kind of like a unique team-up system, which again Second Squad doesn't have. And I think you've got more branching paths, and you've got more weapons, different upgrades. I think maybe more upgrades. I think you get more in Shock Troopers than you do with Second Squad. Second Squad is pretty serviceable, but yeah, you have a lot more bells and whistles going on for Shock Troopers. So yeah, good call by including just the first one on this. Speaking of including just the first one, Super Sidekicks, which again, pretty decent football game, but SNK have made quite a few sequels, and one of them, Super Sidekicks 3, was featured on the Neo Geo Arcade Classics Volume 1 that was released several years ago. So, yeah, I don't know why they keep going on to the first one. Again, I think it's because they haven't developed any ROMs for the sequels yet. That, it seems to be its issue. Similar thing for Top Players Golf. Yeah, we always keep seeing Top Players Golf. Again, pretty serviceable golf game, but I think now it's time for a bit of a change. Everybody say it with me now. Neo Turf Masters. And no, Ashens, it is not a rights issue. Again, SNK does own Neo Turf Masters. I did prove this. It was on the Arcade Classics Volume 1. So it's not nothing to do with having rights issues or whatever. They just haven't developed a ROM for it yet. At some point, hopefully, they might. We'll just have to wait and see. Free Count Bout or Fire Suplex in Japan. This is just your basic wrestling game. But not with kaiju, though. This isn't King of the Monsters. No, this is just a basic human wrestling game. Human wrestling? Yeah. With human characters, is what I meant to say. Dear me. You might wrestle someone who might be a bit inhuman with the controls, but who knows? Oh, I'm just joking. Who knows? Another game which is making its mini debut, which I'm quite pleased with. Baseball Stars Professional. A decent way of starting off the Baseball Stars games, of which there's only 2 of them on the Neo Geo. It's okay to start with Professional, but hopefully in the future we'll get Baseball Stars 2, which just has a lot more bells and whistles on it. Pretty much like in the same vein as Neo Turf Masters for golf games. But yeah, Baseball Stars Professional is the Neo Geo version of the original Baseball Stars, which came out for the Nintendo Entertainment System, which had one of the very early games which had battery backup, I believe. So, yeah. So there was just basically that game with better graphics. I think that's why it's called Professional. There you are. And finally, Football Frenzy. And no, that's not our football. That's not proper football. No, it's American football, of course. I think that's the one with the robots. Yeah, you play as a American football team that comprised of robots, and they run around and they play football because that's what they do. You can see my finger pointing to Football Frenzy, can't you? Oh, sorry. If not, there we are. So yeah, Football Frenzy, just right there. And again, I mentioned Baseball Stars Professional, Free Count Bout, Top Players Golf, Super Psychic. So yeah, if you only just noticed, if you haven't seen those last games down at the bottom, I do apologise. But yeah, Super Psychics, as I mentioned, that's the football game. Top Players Golf is golf. Free Count Bout is wrestling. Baseball Stars Professional is baseball, and Football Frenzy is American football. So hey, at least they've given us a good selection of different games in terms of the genres they represent. But but what are you going to do? Like I said, hopefully in the future we'll get those other installments, as I've mentioned. And maybe even some arcade titles that you haven't seen yet. Like NARM 1975. None of these units or whatever have NARM 1975. That is the very first SNK Neo Geo game. Surprising it hasn't been on anything yet. Hasn't been on any of the minis. Hasn't been on the Arcade Stick Pro, which I've also got. It hasn't been on the MVSX. It's, again, pretty much the fact they haven't got ROMs made for them yet. Hopefully that will change in time. They'll just gain more access to them. Because, again, they're working closely with SNK. These are all SNK games. These aren't like your third-party stuff like Breakers or Windjammers or Fighters History Dynamite / Carnal's Revenge or the Double Dragon game or Puzzle Bubble or, stuff like that, which usually are connected to other companies. And it's very hard to keep up sometimes. But yeah, SNK wound up taking over a few of the game companies that developed games for them, but other companies, they're still around, and thus they still own the rights to those Neo Geo games that they developed. So there you are. One other company, though, that Unico has been working with is the company Visco, which I just mentioned make Breakers, and I think they made... there were several other games that they made, and quite a few of them went onto the Neo Geo. But they had their own bar top arcade, and I think a mini unit like this. So, or something like that, yeah. So I thought that'd be quite interesting just to note because, well, it's quite interesting. So yeah, those be all 45 games on the MVS Mini, but we are not done yet. No, we are not done yet. My poor, poor throat. This is the longest I have been talking, and I am not done yet because we have got other stuff. Oh dear, yeah, we've got to take a look at the unit itself. Hold on. I painstakingly just removed the sellotape from the box, and now I'm having difficulty opening the box. Oh, this is what happens when you have numb hands because you haven't moved them in a while. Oh dear, dear me. Oh dear. Oh, I'm sorry guys, I can't. Oh, dearie me. Dearie me, dearie me, dearie me, dearie me, dearie me. Oh well. Well, I'll try again, but once my hands wake up, sorry about that. I wanted to tell you that the pack I've got came with a couple of additions. So we've got this HDMI cable. So yes, major male HDMI to mini HDMI, because that's the connector on the device itself. So these thing got this as an inclusion, but I've also got a Unico MVS Mini pad, which is red. Even though it looks like it's black from this side. Actually, is it the other side? Oh no, no. Oh no, it's on the back. That's it. Yeah. So it would look more like this. And again, nice to include the SNK logo because this is based on the pad that you get with the Neo Geo CD that was released back in Japan back in the day, which used these pads. So yeah, just the usual gubbins underneath and this, that, and the other. Can I open this one without too much difficulty? I think yes, just about. Yes, got it. So yeah, we'll just might as well open the pad first. I'm so sorry. I'll try and open the unit again in just a minute. But for the time being, let's just open this up. Yeah, you do get your little set of instructions because there's a set of instructions, and of course we have the pad itself, which I won't be taking out of the bag, but it's pretty much the same design as the ones they've been using for the units thus far. Moment of truth. Yeah, as I thought. Yeah, it's still just a trackball thing. There's no micro switches on it whatsoever. So yeah, it's basically the same design. So yeah, this is the thing which kills most people with this sort of controller, is because it is not micro switched. The original controllers from the Neo Geo CD were micro switched, but these do not. It's just a little trackball thing. So for some people it's a bit hard to get a definition of where you are, which I can understand. For some you get used to it, for others it's a bit of a pain. So yeah, once again, no clicky thumbsticks or whatever, so to speak of. So you got your thumbstick for control, select start, A, B, C, D. The buttons do feel quite nice though, that's one thing. Yes, it's the same design as the controllers that they've always been putting out for these things. So yeah, and the mini instructions, the instructions for the pad. So English, and I'm guessing that's Japanese and Chinese. I'm guessing, yeah. You get your sockets and you plug them in, and yeah, that's pretty much about it. Okay, let's see if I can actually open up the box to show off the unit now. Oh, dearie me, dearie me, dearie me, dearie me, dearie me. Actually, I'm just going to plop the control down just for a minute so you can have a look at that while I'm still with you guys. I'm just oh dearie me, this is what happens when you try and do things uncut. There we go. the joys of nail clippers. I'm finally into the box. So yeah, lift up the main flap, you got this, but it's now in red. Keeping up with the black and red theme, and yeah, got the instructions for the unit. I'll just move that to one side. Oh yeah, okay. I was just going to say, oh, we got the box. Yep, we got the box, which features the stickers. Excuse me, I believe. I think these are the stickers. Hold on. Oh yeah, we got the yep. Oh, yeah, we've got this. So we've actually got the it's supposed to have two sets. Oh, maybe it's one for the marquee and this one's supposed to be, yeah, this one's for the buttons. You can see the start button thing there. And you also got the power cable. No, it's just the bog standard power cable that they come with these things. And finally, the unit itself, which of course will look a bit bare without the controls and everything, but there you are. So basically, yeah, it's the same unit that they've been pumping out ever since, well, the start really. I'm just trying to think if it's the same one as the, if it's the same as the Japanese one, or if it's the I think it's the same as the international one. It must be, yeah, because I think the light there's on the side, and I think it's somewhere else on the Japanese one. But anyway, so yeah, we've got your nice buttons. Nice buttons, they feel nice. Start and step button, and yeah, once again you have the non-micro switched joystick. Although the joystick for this, I think it is as problematic because it is quite small, so you get a little bit more of a definite feel compared to the thumbstick, which is on the control pad. But yeah, it's something, like I said, it's quite bare because we haven't got any of the stickers on it yet. But we are not done. No, we're not done just yet. Bear with me. Because we are going to test it. Seriously, we are going to test it. Right. Shoot, I just realised something. That's still recording, isn't it? Yes, it is. Okay, I'll just unplug the laptop. I just realised, oh no, that might not be the best idea. Okay. What to do? Yeah, because I'm literally doing all this off screen, but I'm still doing it live. Hopefully this will work. If not, I'll think of something, because I really want to try out the system live. I'm not going to bother with the TV thing, but it's well, because I've been going on long enough. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it will work just as well on the TV as it does on the unit, not just the main unit working itself. Right, we're getting somewhere now. No. Right, bear with me. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Okay, that's perfect. That's the control. Yeah, so there's the power. Oh, there's nothing on the just noticed there's nothing on the power switch. It's just a yeah, just turn that off just to be sure. It's just a bog standard power switch. The other ones had the little Neo Geo logo. There you are. Yeah, I think that's. Yeah, but I think that's it. Yeah, that's all I have to do. Okay. So let us see how well it plays. It should play just fine. So power. Have you able to see it? Yep. Unico. Oh. Bit of a jumpy screen just there, but I think it might just because it's powered on. Yeah, it's a yeah. So we have all our games. So we've got King of Fighters 94. Oh yes, we do have sound. That's good. Let's go to settings. Yes, it's English. Or at least the menu and all that is in English. so that's good. Just maximise the volume. Yes, English, thank you. Okay, yes, that's what... Oh, I'll be back, that's it, that's why. Okay, so... To definitely try... I'll see about my theory. Let's start up King of Fighters 94. You'll still be able to see it. Yep. I can never get tired of that. Used in Japan only? Oh no! Does this mean it's in Japanese? Oh no! Oh come on! Oh come on, Unico! But I mean, it doesn't harm the game or whatever, but I was really hoping it was going to be in English. Oh, oh, dearie me. I'm guessing they only had the Japanese ROM for it at the moment, I guess. Yeah, SNK Corporation, and yeah, everything's in you can't actually, yeah, I mean, this is in English, but the actual story and all the text and whatever is all going to be in Japanese. So yeah. Oh, yeah. I just skipped over that. The how to play. I should have kept that going. But yeah, all the text is still in Japanese. Oh dear. How do we escape? That's it. Yeah. Let's just do that thing. Oh, so it's going to be like all the... Oh, it's... oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter too much. Actually, let's try Baseball Stars Professional, because like I said, this is the very first time this has been on a Mini. Yeah, Japan only. Wonderful. Oh, apparently it's real. How do I escape? No. It's fine. See if I can just maybe play something with something. Okay, this is no, I think I'll go no. I don't know. Oh no. Strike one. Strike two. And I'm out of there. Yeah, I'm not that great with baseball games, I must admit. There you are. What are you going to do? So yeah, so Son Goku 3 will have it. It'll be in Japanese there, but Son Goku's 1 and 2 should be fine. Yeah, you can see that from the pictures. These are just the Japanese ROM. Samurai Spirits. Though, oh dearie me, dearie me. That's not Fatal Fury 3. Well, not the image there. That's the first game. That's the first Fatal Fury. What's going on here? What is going on here? Is it Fatal Fury 3? I have to check. Oh, it is. Yeah, Yamazaki comes out of the thing. Yeah. And of course we've got the intro playing. I think, yeah, I think it was the Christmas one which has it all in English. So I don't know what happened there with the yeah, I don't know what happened there with the ROMs. Maybe Unico will hopefully sort stuff out in the future where they'll do different systems for different regions again. Like you had the Japanese and the international versions of the minis. Oh dear me. Yep. Actually, yeah, we'll just just see the other titles. Yeah, see X after the first one, and then you got the rest of the King of Fighters titles. You know what? Because because of the fact that I believe was supposed to be the English version. You know what? I am going to just quickly try it out on the TV just to see. Yeah, just to see how it all fares. It should be fine. So let's break out the HDMI controller. HDMI controller. Sorry, I mean cable. That's the HDMI cable. But seriously though, I'm not that disappointed that it was the Japanese version of the ROMs again. It was just, I was hoping though it was in English, so it was slightly disappointed, but not a lot. It is what it is, right? Okay, right. So main to thingy. Main to thingy. Main to thingy. Where is? There it is. Yeah, there's something. Other way. Fortunately, my TV is not too far away, so we can. Oh, Can we actually do this? Yes, we can actually do this. That's good. So let's head straight to the TV. Oh, can we see it? Can you get a good view? Yeah. And switch on. It'll just take a moment for it to warm up. Actually, let's turn it on. Yeah, it's Wimbledon at the moment here in the UK. HDMI. Unico. Yes, you can see it all on the big screen. And while we're here, might as well also just plug in the controller that I got as well. The controller I got as well. I'll show you in a minute. The screen just has the Unico logo. In fact, with previous units, it would just have the Neo Geo logo, which actually, yeah, there's no Neo Geo written anywhere. It's all just MVS. I guess that's why they wanted to focus on that. So you can just see it just says Unico there while it's on this mode. And you can see, oh sorry, just realised there's a bit of glare on the screen there, which might actually be coming from the laptop, now that I think about it. Right, so we'll plug it in to the control. This is player one. Yeah, player one. There we are. So now, just move all the bump to the side there. We can now be in control. Yay! I mean, you can also control it with the control stick as well. Oh no, you can't. Not while this is plugged in. Yeah. That's the copyright info. Blah, blah. Let's while we're here, let's try out. I can't believe they made a blunder with that. That is, because that's from the first game. That's not Fatal Fury 3. That's oh dear me. The others are they are correct though. The Fatal Fury 2 one, or Garou Densetsu 2, as it's known in Japan, that is correct. So yeah, it's weird. Very, very, very. Hang on. That's. Oh, they're getting really lazy now. That's not even the Japanese one. That's the English one. Samurai Shodown 3. Actually, let's just see. It probably doesn't. It'll probably go straight to the Japanese ROM by default. Yeah. Oh yeah, and it's as pixelated as ever, even through HDMI, but it does the job. You do get used to it after a while, even though it's not like the best quality in terms of the picture. But hey, you kind of give it a break because it is all pixels, as they were back in the day. Yeah, Japanese, not English. I remember A and B is where you escape. But no, that wasn't what I was going to say. I was originally going to try. Yeah, let's try the two Son Goku games, because it's the first time we've seen these. I still gotta love that Neo Geo start screen. again. And it's all text I can't read. Thank you. Oh, okay. Let's just start. How to play? Yeah. So A is punchy kick. B is jump. C is calling on your magical power if you've got it and turning back to normal. And D is not used because this is an early SNK game. Okay. Anyway. Let's beat stuff up. Yep, you can tell it's a beat 'em up. Go, go! Oh, yeah, I was going. I wasn't going to the cloud planets. I'm sounding like Ashens now. Not the cloud planets. No, this is the demon realm. This is the underworld, but it's not under. It's above. But you get like lots of Japanese demons you have to dispense with. But there are some demons who help you out and give you power-ups. This was also on the Arcade Classics Volume 1, actually, I just remembered. He had a lot of like, the earlier games, including the First World Heroes. Jump, jump, jump! I'm going to get that power up, thank you. Oh, now I've got powered up with 2 swords. Oh, no, the swords are useless against the rolling things. I need more power. Yes, stop telling me to go. Oh, big skull. Get the skull, get the skull, get the skull, get the skull. Get the skull! Oh, great. And now an old guy's talking to me. Tell me to go this way. Oh, now I'm back to Earth. And drink wild soda. Thank you, mysterious scantily clad woman. I'm going to set myself on fire now. Oh, no, I've got Hadoukens. I'll turn into Ryu. No, I'm kidding. I even got fireballs coming out of my arms, my legs, and just let the power up just escape me. Oh, I think that's probably what happened to the. Oh, I've gone back to a sword now. Oh, great. Now, what I'm talking about, swords are great. I thought I had the end of stage boss here, but no, it's just a couple of bigger guys. I'll just get rid of this one and stop. So that was the first one. So what's Son Goku 2 like then? Because again, I haven't really played much of it. The Son Goku trilogy was released, I think, in France on the PS2, and it was also released on PC in France and everywhere else. So yeah, it's a bit of a random trivia for you. Also, I hope you'll still be able to hear me despite all that's going on. Because this is all done without a mic, or I had to count on the inbuilt mic on this. Once again, I can't understand stuff, but this is on Goku 3, so let's just go with... So, right, so... A is for slash. B is for, I think, bigger slash? C is... Okay, C is jump, and D is, I'm guessing, how you get your power. A and B, I guess, is to mount and dismount, and yeah, that's to charge. A, B, and C. Okay then. Mix bar, not max bar. And there's a max bar in Art of Fighting. I'm sorry, but I can't understand a word you're saying. I'm sorry, Protest. Take these mystical powers to stop the evil, which is more or less, you know, a universal constant. Okay, I'm going to commit that Japanese thing, which I'm not going to say, but... Okay, so I thought it was the same character that I played, but no, it's a different character. Right, so yes, I think, yeah, A's, yeah, and B is like bigger slash, like deeper slash, and C is jump, and D is unleash power. Right, so at least they're using all 4 buttons in this game, unlike the first one. Oh, I like that. That's multiple slash thing. Ow. Take that, big boss, which I've just beaten off screen. Oh, now I'm going to the... Okay, this doesn't look like the Demon Realm. Guess just transport to another area. Oh, good. I get to kill these lookalikes of Sakaku from Fatal Fury 3. Yeah, go back to Samurai Showdown where you belong. Oh, seriously, why did you include another mystical character where you already had like the Jin twins and all that SNK? Okay, or maybe that was the demon world then, and this is back to reality. So yeah, that was that then. And just to show you, I'll just play a little bit of Son Goku 3, even though it's been on all the units thus far. So yeah, Neo Geo. Oh yeah, this is when they start using Giga Power in their thing, their intros. That's what I meant to say. So I'm afraid by pressing the start button, I'm just going to cut the thing because it's. I want to show you that the title definitely reads, or it's supposed to read, Son Goku 2001. Oh yeah, this was developed, I guess, during and just after SNK's bankruptcy. I just realised because if it was 2001. So yeah, it's meant to say Son Goku, it's 2001. There you are. Oh, it does go onto the it does go onto the main title screen. There. Level hero wallpaper. Okay, you can actually. I didn't realise that you can actually choose your wallpaper. Huh. That's a bit of a useless feature, but there you go. They're running from a chicken. Those people were running from a chicken. What? I'll just go. Just play a little bit of it by now. Just to. You see, you got 4 characters. I'll just play as Falcon. Or Falcon, whatever. This is what I mean. You've got these 3 stages. China's easy, Italy's hard, and Japan is also hard. So I might as well just go hard. I think it just means that how many characters you have to beat up on the screen at once, I think, is basically just determines the difficulty. Because you've got that other meter in the options menu. Which at least with some of these ROMs, it treats it like it's the home version. Like for the AES, the Advanced Entertainment System, where you can have options where you can adjust the difficulty and whatnot a bit easier than you would with the MVS, which is the arcade. Yeah, I deserve that. Supposed to be getting this guy. That's it. Oh no, this is hard. I'm about to lose. Oh, I've stopped. So yeah, you got load. Yeah, so you got the it's got save states on each of these games. You got the screen adjustment, which I'm not going to do because everything's fine. You got that image optimization thing, which I've got no idea why that's there. Where you save your save state, and exit, where you go back onto the main menu here, which is the same with all the units thus far. Actually, no, I'm not going to bother with seeing if that Magician Lord glitch is still there, but yeah, you get the idea. That is, oh, I just realised it's on a weird angle. I'm so sorry if you saw everything. It's slightly tilted. I did not realise that, but oh well. Hi there, sorry about that. I pressed stop on the recording for some reason. I was saying I quite enjoyed myself, and it wasn't a mitigated disaster. I then made it a mitigated disaster. Well, I'm just adding this little quick bit just to finish things off. But yeah, that was the MVS Mini. Overall, despite the thing with the ROMs, I still quite enjoyed the little system. Yeah, if with the control pad, with the HDMI cable and everything, I had to pay only just over £100 for it. But you can get the system separately for just under that price, so actually about 10 or less. So there'll be about 90 quid for this, which is kind of the bog standard price of when these units first came out. I'm guessing after a while they'll drop down to about 60 or 70 pounds, which in dollars would probably be something like getting about $90, $100, and at the moment this goes for about maybe 110 on its own, and with the HDMI cable about 120. So something around that price, I would say, if you want to hunt one of these down yourself. You can get them straight from Unico's website, and I think there's other stores which sell it as well. Like I said, I got this from Amazon.co.uk, which got it to me nice and safe despite the customs issue. Yeah, overall, I said, despite the language thing, I just love these units. That's why I went and got it in the first place. I just absolutely love these mini units. So I hope you've enjoyed my rambling and difficulties in opening up boxes and this, that and the other while I did this opening. But yeah, thank you for sticking around till the end. And again, I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon. Take care, guys. Bye.